everyone, welcome to Study with Manjula. This is a video about the part 4 of the physical quantities and measurement. In part 1, 2 and 3, we have completed about measurement, about the unit, about the SI unit, about length, mass. So there are rest over the two basic physical quantities, that is time and temperature. So in this video, how much maximum we will cover, right? So let us start with the measurement of time. Measurement of time. The interval between two instances or events is called time. The two instants is nothing but just if you blink your eyes, you just blink your eyes, just in a fraction of seconds we will just do it. And if you just do like this, it have taken that instance or some event whatever which takes place is known as time. We measure time in terms of a mean solar day. Now just I'm going to underline it. What is this mean solar day? Now let us take a workspace. So friends, mean solar day is you just take 1 second. Okay, 1 minute. In a year we have how many days? 1 year is equal to how many days? Yes, 365 days. And in and how many months we have? Just forget about the months. We have just 365 days, right? And 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 60 seconds, right? 60 seconds. And 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? We have 60 minutes. So if I ask 1 hour is equal to how many seconds, then what will be answer? Right, 60 into 60. 60 into 60, that means 60 minutes into 60 seconds, right? The answer will be 3600 seconds. 3600 seconds per how many hours? Per 1 hour, right? Okay friends, 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So 1 day is equal to how many hours? It's 24 hours. 24 hours, right? Then 24 hours or 1 day is equal to how many seconds? Then you have to do 24 into 3600. Then you will get the answer 86,400. You can calculate, okay? 86,400 seconds per 1 day. This number is known as mean solar day. Mean solar day means what? 86,400 seconds is known as a mean solar day. Understood? Now if we go through the definition, we will go. Now why I have asked 1 year is equal to how many days means the mean of these, the mean of the 1 year of 365 days is this much, 86,400 seconds. Per day we have 86,400 seconds. If I ask per 1 year, then you can calculate 86,400 into 3,605. How much number you will get? That will be the time for 1 year. So this one is the method I have given you. In parts I have shown you, but actually how they will write a mean solar day is, see, a mean solar day, just I will say we have 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds into 60 minutes, that means this total will become 1 hour, and into 24, that means 1 hour into 24. For 1 hour we'll get this much time, this much seconds, and for 24 hours we'll get this much seconds, that means for 24 hours into 365 days, 365 days is equal to 86,400 seconds. This is what? A mean solar day. Now understood? Now let us go to the definition. The solar day is the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about its own axis. Yes, now earth takes how much time to rotate on its axis? Rotation, that means rotate on its axis means rotation time of the earth is 24 hours, right? 24 hours. It will take 24 hours to complete its one rotation. So the mean of 365 solar day in a year is called the mean solar day. Now how many days the earth take to revolute? The revolution time of the earth is 365 days, that is 1 year. Okay. Now let us see the units of time. Units of time. The SI unit of time is second. Obviously, in part 1, if you have checked, please go to that part 1 of this physical quantities measurement, this video. I mean about this lesson, the part 1, you can see in that the systems of unit we have discussed that in CGS system, in FPS system, and even in MKS system, the unit of time always it had been second. Always it had been only second. So that's why we have taken the SI unit of time as second. Please don't pronounce it as seconds. How much the number, although how much the number it is, we have to pronounce it only as second. Okay. Now in short form it is written by letter small s. Okay. 1 second is defined as 1 by 86,400 part of a mean solar day. Okay, now this one also I'll explain you. See, I have said before that 1 day, that or mean solar day is equal to 86,400 seconds. Okay. Then normally whenever we convert a unit, if anything which comes towards the is equal to, that means if a number it is in a numerator, then it will come to the denominator. If a number do not have any number in its denominator, then we have to assume it as 1. If it comes to the opposite side of this is equal to, then it will become 1 by 86,400 seconds. If you can't understand this one, now I'll explain it in detail. See, we take 1 day, in 1 day, that means a mean solar day, we have 86,400 seconds, right? So if I ask 1 second is equal to how many days? Okay, in short form I will ask, see, 1 day is equal to 86,400 seconds. Then if I'll ask in short way, that is 1 second is equal to how many days? Yes, it will come in inverse. If I have asked, see, 1 kilometer is equal to how many meters? It's 1000 meters. Then if I have asked 1 meter is equal to how many kilometers, what you will say? 1 by 1000 kilometers. In the same way, this 86,400 also will become the inverse of the number. That means here you can see 1 second is defined as 1 by 86,400 part of the mean solar day. That means 1 second is equal to 1 by 86,400 day. It says that 1 second is the 1 by 86,400th part of that day. Okay, if you are well known about the fractions, you can understand this easily. That means 1 second is equal to 86,400 into 1 mean solar day. Understood about the units of time? Now let us see how this SI unit have been derived. In each and every unit we are seeing how that units have been derived. Let us see about this unit, how it had been derived. If you look at a pendulum of a wall clock, the pendulum moves from one extreme to the other extreme in 1 second. Now what is this pendulum? I will show you. This is a pendulum clock. In olden days we use this pendulum clocks. So you can see this one, this golden one, this is known as pendulum. It always go this side and come. It moves in a place, right? In that place it moves. So this is known as pendulum. That movement of that pendulum is calculated as the second. How that is calculated, we will see through the definition of that unit. See, if you look at the pendulum of a wall clock, now I have shown you, the pendulum moves from one extreme end to another extreme end. Now I will draw and I will show you. See, this was the pendulum. We have seen that pendulum. What it will do is, it will just move. Here it will come and again come to this place and again move. So it takes two positions. It will move this side and again come to this center and again move here. So this movement is the extreme to another end. It goes to the extreme end, means the ending point. Extreme end means the ending, complete end. Extreme to the other extreme end in 1 second. This will take 1 second to go to that one extreme end. So now 1 second is the time interval between two consecutive ticks that we hear from a pendulum clock. Two consecutive tick means 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 ticks it will take. It will go to one extreme and it will come. 1 and 2. These 2 ticks will take the time of 1 second. 1 second is the time interval between two consecutive ticks that we hear from a pendulum clock. Right? Now, note, in MKS or metric system, FPS system as well as in CGS system, the unit of time is second. Now only I have said you, in all the systems we have the unit of time is second. Okay. Now till now this table I have explained you for explaining the mean solar day, right? Now I have said 1 year is equal to 365 days. Now how much time it's taking is 3.15 into 10 to the power of 7 seconds. Now in 1 crore we will have 7 zeros. If I say 10 to the power of 2 means that is 10 square. Okay, see, I will explain you. Now see carefully. If I say 10 to the power of 2 means that is 10 square. 100 it will come. How many? 10, it is easy for telling the 10 square or 100 square. See, what will be the power? That many zeros you will get. Like 10 to the power of 7 means 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now keep the commas. This is the hundreds, tens, ones. This is the thousands place and this lakh place. Now it came to 1 crore. 1 crore is equal to 10 to the power of 7. Now if I say 100 square means, it doesn't mean that we'll keep only 2 zeros. The double of this 2. See, this 1 and this is 1. Now the square of 100 is what? 10,000. 4 zeros it came. Now understand? Don't confuse it. So here they have shown that 1 year is equal to 3.15 into 10 to the power of 7 seconds. That means 3.15 into 10 to the power of 7 seconds means 3.15000000. Only 5 zeros will come, because you know decimal point. How to remove this decimal point? If we multiply with 100, now what is the value of 3.15? That is 315 by 100 is equal to 3.15. Now to remove the point, now what to do? To remove the decimal, what to do? We have to multiply with 100. Yes or no? So in that 2 zeros have been gone. Total how many? Till 5. Then 5 zeros are kept. The value is, this is hundreds, tens, ones, this is thousands, and this is lakhs. 3 crore 15 lakhs second in 1 year. Okay. Now let us go to the device of measuring the time. Now only I have shown you the pendulum clock. So this is the device for measuring the time and a normal clock. So I will explain its parts. So this is the pendulum. It will go. So this point, can you see? This is the extreme end of this one. This is the another extreme end. Okay. Now we understood what is the extreme end of this pendulum. Right. Now this is the seconds arm. This is the arm. What will the shortest one will be the R1, and the longest one will be the minute, and the thin and longest one will be the seconds arm. Now you know about how the time will work. Now I no need to go to some mathematics. Right. Now let us see the another device. And also we have a normal watch, we know. Right? This is the seconds, and we see it in our daily life. Right. And next another type of measuring units of time are. These are alarm watch or stopwatch, we can say. To wake up, we'll keep the alarm, right? And the stopwatches are also known as, right? So these are some of the mechanical ones. Now if we see in digital, so this is the digital stopwatch. And we have a watch to wristband, we have some wristwatches. Now I'll show you my wristwatch, see. This is a digital watch I have. Wait, I'll show you the time, right? So it's 9:05. Okay. This is the digital electronic watches we say. I have my electronic watch, and mechanical watch are also there, but I use this digital watch. These are the types of digital watches, right? So these are the instruments of time. So that's it about this video. In the next video, we will complete this chapter about the measurements, and we will see whatever the numericals are there. We will solve it in maximum, right? Thanks for watching.